Hello, PC Smoker back again, and about ready to change my oil, so while I'm letting my engine cool off a little bit, I'm going to answer some of Silent Puffer's questions for the month of April, since it ends tomorrow. And I am smoking, get that away, a Forsica Arano Gordo, one of these bundles, 20 of these for $50. It's not bad. And of course, got smoking a pipe because I am running out of the some pipe stuffing. So I had to order some more. So I'll probably have some more come in about 2 or 3 days. So anyway, let's get to Mike's questions. First off, what was the first tobacco I ever liked? Bought some here at the pipe shop on campus, and it was called Van Burley tobacco with some vanilla flavoring added onto it. Smoked that for about a few years before traveling on to, let's see, I think it was, yeah, Cap Black Royal. And which kind of leads up to the next question: what's my current favorite tobacco? It's the ones I already ran out of. And they're all from Boswell's. The sweet tea, no bite delight, chocolate cream, Piper's Pleasure, and Rum River. So yeah, as for Cap Black, I'm bought for almost a year. Oh, it costs about maybe about $40 a tin. So, yeah, sure. Anyway, back to question number 3. How has pipe smoking changed my life? Mm, it's safe to say that I'm probably the only, might be one of the only few here in the community that's been smoking a pipe, so cigars, for about over a decade. I don't. But the other thing that changed my life is, um, when you have to fill up insurance forms on that, it asks if you're a smoker or not. Um, you know, beforehand, there used to be a problem with that. Now it is, and it doesn't care. And of course, the insurance company don't care what you smoke. If you smoke or you use tobacco in anything, they're gonna charge you more. Because if you think, well, you're going to get cancer from all that. Well, you can get cancer from other stuff as well, like the sun, eating 60 hot dogs, shit like that. So, I think that's the one thing. It's costing me more money to get me insured in case something goes wrong, which may not be tobacco related. So, I think that's one thing right there, paying more for insurance because you are in the tobacco hobby style here. What's my current favorite pipe? Can't quite say can't say one favorite because I usually switch around, but most of the times it's this Bari pipe, which is a big one. I usually smoke this most if I have 2 hours or more, or if I'm going on a road trip, be taking this with me. And I got the Boswell Jumbo Egg Shape bent pipe. That's another one. And just skis. Oh, bulldog. So I got a lot of pipes. So most likely be the one I'll be smoking the most out of. At least 3 times a week. Well, that's my favorite place to smoke a pipe. Here, there's no favorite place to smoke. Period. Because you're gonna get because try to find a nice quiet place, you're gonna get harassed by the police. You know, they'll ask you, "What are you doing here?" Duh. And like, I'll doing a lot of my midnight walks. And I was smoking this, cop came by, asked when I was smoking, and say, you know, that's what this was. Like, pipe. So here, I just smoke my apartment. That's it. That's the only place you can go to. Well, watching TV, or of course, working on the internet or anything else. And you know, if I do go home, well, there's a lot of places. I mean, cops aren't that much of a problem because back home, well, there's one cop that patrols 2 cities, my town and the town west of it. So that's goes budget cuts and all that. So that's the way it is. So it's a lot quieter there. And basically, the place I go to is where I had a few when I did some of my videos back home. That's where I was. It's at a ballpark just west of the grade school. Got a nice little playground. I'll just sit back there and smoke, and that's about it. And of course, I have bleachers on another bar park, smoke there too. So, you know, it's nice and quiet, and there ain't going to be a whole lot of people walking around. So, that's where I like to smoke at when I get back, when I go home. Okay, favorite other hobbies. What are my other hobbies? Well, outside the pipe and the cigars. Currently, what I might say is I'm collecting state and territorial quarters. And then right now they're all having the state parks on them, so I'm collecting all those from now until spring of 21. That's when it ends. After that, hopefully I either go back to the way I was back in '98, or I'll do something else until come 2032, in which I'll have the backsides reflecting George Washington's life, like chopping down the cherry tree, his dentures, whatever. And speaking of George Washington, I'm also collecting the dollar coins. The one with the presidents on them, I got the first half. The second half, I probably will have to wait until it ends in 3 years, because the previous Secretary of Treasury put an end to it because there was, you know, billions and billions of dollar coins, all the presidents on them, all stored away, not being used. So I have to wait until the whole series ends in 16, and I go ahead and get the remaining 20. And then let's see, also I do try to get some LPs, Christmas LPs, but that's going few and far. That's kind of rare now because they've got all the LPs I want. So there's only a few more I want to get, but that's a record sale this weekend on Saturday, so I have to use the force to find those remaining few. And of course, I'm into models, for the most part, if I have the time. basically, it's just spaceships either from TV series or real life, like the Apollo 75 rocket and the lunar module, the command module, and of course got the Enterprises from all the TV shows and movies. And they're all Voyager, and bought an Enterprise 8 years ago. This is from the final TV show right there. And like I said, I bought this back in 05. And yeah. Eight years of dust right there. So that's my next pet project right there. Of course, the one thing about it is that you could make the whole thing look like exactly what's on the box. The Aztec drawings on it, but I ain't gonna do that. I mean, I'm adventurous, but not adventurous. Okay, let's carry on. What's my favorite pipe maker on YouTube? Right now is Jeremiah Sandel. He made me a church warden stand for one of my Hercules pipes, and soon I'm going to put an order to him to make a church warden. The one that's about the one that Cal was given by Jeremiah, because it's big and I like big pipes, so that'd be my next. So that's my next church warden. Do I order online or go to the brick and mortar? Basically, I order stuff online. Sometimes when I have some money, I will go to the brick and mortar, but most of the time, I order online. Places I've heard to go online for tobacco, for the pipe tobacco, definitely Boswell's. And as for the cigars, it all depends. Those are some of the places I go get my cigars at, right there. Depending on what I want, which one's the cheapest. That's how I go by. And last question. There's one thing I want to change. What's one thing I want to change about the world? Yeah, that's the one question. Was there's no one easy answer. That's for sure. Basically, why can't we all get along? That good stuff. I mean, there's going to be some stuff that people don't like. And to me, I say, well, you're gonna have to live. You gotta live with it. It's there. You gotta live with it. And if you don't like it, I can't quite say tough, but it's like, like with the California vote, in which the whole state, voted, should you have gay marriage or not? Okay, majority won. They say no, and then what happens? The yes side went to court about it, and still at this time still being debated by the Supreme Court of whether it was put up to a vote, and the majority said no. And to me, it's like, the majority said no. So that's it. I mean, there should be no more discussion about it. But it's just like, I mean, if you're gonna have something, um, if you're gonna have something for a vote, somebody's gonna say it's gonna cry foul, or it's gonna complain, or take it up to the Supreme Court and all that. I mean, just let it be. If 5 people voted on something and majority won, if 3 of them said yes to something and the other 2 who said no complains about it, well, you know, why complain? Majority, it was, you put it on the majority vote, majority won, let it be. So, like I said, just, just live with it, man. Good grief. I mean, there's going to be a lot. I mean, like gay marriage, I'm against it because it is just so in Mark chapter 10, starting with verse 6, where it talks about divorce, and then it goes into what marriage was supposed to be by the guy who did it, who established it back in the beginning. So, just that's my take. I mean, people won't like it because they want to be like everybody else. You can't be like everybody else, and so you just gotta live with it, or work around it, without making too much of a noise for the other people to cry about. So anyway, those are the 10 questions from Mike, and spent about 17 hours, 17 minutes here doing it. So that should be enough for the oil to cool off, so I can go ahead and change the oil and do the windows, and then come back and do whatever else I got to do next. So till then, keep the home bars burning, cigars smoking, and see you next time.